Got some more rain today. It's deep and brown again in the river. Alright guys, here we are then, Tuesday evening. We've got 8k steady on the plan with strength training afterwards. Setting off a bit later than I would have liked. Quite busy in the house with some family stuff at the moment, so setting off a bit later, see if we can get this done. And tonight's topic for discussion, I'm going to talk about how I create and choose the routes that I'm going to do my runs on as part of the ultra training. So I'll catch you up on all that stuff as we go. This road's closed to traffic again tonight, so should get some peace. Be able to chat for a bit as we go along here. So when we come to route planning, what we tend to find on the plan is a number of runs, especially the shorter ones during the week. The distances crop up time and time again, so I might have a 5k, 6k, 8k, they're popular ones at the moment, and I can just fall back on my default loop from home that I've learnt now for each of those distances, and yeah, that just makes it nice and easy. Not particularly interesting, but nice and easy, so I can just do those loops on the road and just get those distances done and ticked off. This is the busiest closed road I have ever been on. Traffic everywhere, I don't know where they're all going. Just have a look at the traffic cones, I guess. So when it comes to planning a new route, if I have a new distance crop up, or I want some variety over a given distance, then I'll use my favourite route plotter and navigation app, which is Komoot. I'm signed up to Komoot so that I've only got a free account, I don't pay for anything on there at the moment, but I can either use the app on my phone or the website to basically draw the route I want to use, and it will follow the known footpaths and roads just to make sure I'm on an actual route and not just in the middle of nowhere. So it's really easy to use. What I'm hoping to do at this point in the video is do a screen recording using my video editing software, which I don't tend to do, so I'm hoping I can get the hang of that and just show you a bit about how Komoot works on the website. Tends to be a point of picking your starting point to begin with, as you'd expect, and then you can either set an end point and let it plot the most efficient way of getting there. It tends to prefer footpaths over road where it can, and sometimes it'll divert you like a long way round using footpaths through fields and stuff, instead of just simply following the road that you then end up back on. So you can override that and just tell it to use your preferred route just by dragging the route to where you want it to call in and adding a new waypoint effectively, so it makes sure it goes through that waypoint. And once you've got the start point and the end point, you've got the choice of making it into a two-way route, so it'll just go out and back the same way. It shows you the current distance of the route so that you know how far it is at any point while you're adding to it. And what you can do is just keep adding to the end of the route, making the end point further and further away, and creating a loop if you want to, until you've got it to get you all the way back home. So that way you're not creating an out and back route, you're just drawing a loop by yourself. This here's a bakery, so I can always smell bread and stuff like that drifting into the night air as I come past. So what I've done for tonight's route, which is something I do sometimes, is I've decided to stick to a route where the elevation is not too steep. There's still some there, don't get me wrong, but it's yeah, moderately flat, shall we say. And I'm just going to do an out and back, sticking to that route. So what I've done there is use Komoot just to give me an idea of how far 4 kilometers out will be following this path, and then I know roughly where I'll need to turn around to head back home on the same route and get the 8k done. So Komoot's just useful for measuring the distances in that sense. So once you finish creating your route and you're happy with it, you can save it and give it a name. I usually include the distance in kilometres as part of the name, because then it makes it a lot easier to search by name to find a route that's the correct distance. I'm sure you can sort the planned routes by distance if you want to. I just find having it in the name is helpful, especially when I'm looking on my watch at the list of routes on there. I can go onto the app or the website, go into my list of planned routes, just type in 8k, and then all the ones I've put that in the title of will be listed, and I can just pick the one I fancy for this particular run. I mentioned my watch there. I have the Garmin 945, which has the maps and navigation option on there, so when I'm starting a run I can either just pick run and go, or I can pick Komoot, and then it'll let me pick one of the routes I've got saved in Komoot and hit go on there, and it'll navigate me around the route. So lets me know if I'm off course, gives me directions when needed, and I can just have a look at my watch if I'm not sure which way to go and follow the purple line. Almost at the turnaround point now at 4 kilometres. This route trends gradually upwards on the way out, so I'm looking forward to turning round and running back down. It's getting a bit misty or foggy now, and the water droplets are reflecting my torchlight back at me, so visibility's not quite what it was. Okay, mischief managed. Done the 8k run. Got darker and more misty as I went through. Just got back now so I can start my strength training in the garage. Won't bore you with the clips of me doing the same exercises as I did the time before last. I'm just going to be repeating the same thing with a little bit more weight if it went well last time. If I do manage to make some good progress on the lifts over the next few months, I'll show you how I'm getting on, and hopefully the new improved weights, but my aim isn't to get the weights as high as possible. It's just to be consistent, improve where I can, and just get a bit stronger to hopefully keep me bulletproof so I can keep running. So thanks for watching again, guys. Hope you enjoyed the walkthrough of Komoot, and I'll catch you next time. If you do want to subscribe to my channel, it is free. Just press the button and watch the subscriber count go up by 1. Thanks again. Bye.